roles in itself are not bad.
I send my salary to my husband.
As far as it is done within the ambience of love.
I just think that some people see gender role as control. Enter kitchen with confidence. We really don't do 50-50.
And then the wife must cook. You can also look at it from a spiritual perspective.
I just use my money to fly out.
Fry pepper, I will cook rice. I know this 21st century. Are we okay? It makes sense that roles should switch.
Yeah.
I'm not the typical African.
Can your husband call you for urgent 1 million naira?
Relationship. There are principles that are universal. Whatever works for you. There's no one size fits all.
So we're here to talk about that one topic everyone is afraid to speak about or has an opinion on. Yeah, and that's
gender roles in marriage.
Gender roles in marriage, yeah. So scratch that. Hello, this is Moment with Havens, and we have my darling husband here today.
Yep.
Nice to you. I think I was one that came to say we're back.
Oh, we're back.
So maybe you should.
My people, sorry, we've been MIA, but we're back. We just had a lot on our plates, but we're good. We're absolutely fine. No issues. We thank God.
Glory to God.
But right now we're back. We promise we would not go MIA again. We will try by God's grace.
Hopefully.
To stay consistent, and then you see our face a lot more. So
I was going to say that, to be fair, it can be the only one that will be in the video sometimes, and sometimes I can just be the only one. Sometimes you see the both of us. That's just because one of the reasons why we went away was just because this person is not available, this person is not available, and then finding that balance was like a whole lot.
It was a bit difficult.
Yeah, so to avoid that going forward, this is why we say, if you see me,
that's fine.
Take it. If you see him, take it, and if you see both of us, then all glory be to God.
The basics is that we just keep showing up.
And
we keep showing up, and doing, what we love to do. So,
literally, gender roles. What are gender roles really?
Well, to me, I feel like gender roles are just those expectations that society puts on husbands and wives.
Like the fact that they will say, husband, you are to bring the money in the house.
And then the wife must cook. That kind of thing.
Take care of the children.
Yeah, the wife must take care of the children. All those kind of things. But, we need to understand that things have changed. The way marriages were done some 30, 50 years ago is different from how marriages are now. Absolutely. Yes, we understand that we grew up in our families. Obviously, we would have seen that there are certain roles that maybe our moms used to do certain specific roles, and then our dads would do certain specific roles.
Yeah.
But things have changed.
Yeah.
We're in another generation, we're in another dispensation, and it's also important that as couples, as families, we're also flexible enough, in terms of gender roles. We can also look at it from a spiritual perspective. Now the Bible obviously does not, say explicitly that this is what the man must do in the house, this is what the woman must do, but scripture teaches us about principles about leadership, submission, responsibility, love, and all of that. And so for me personally, I feel like whatever roles wants to be in marriage, as far as it is done within the ambience of love, as far as it is done within respect and all of that, the families will be okay. So that's just what I think about this issue.
I personally agree with what you have said, to be honest. I used to say to people that in my own family, we really don't do 50-50.
Yeah.
What we do is teamwork, literally. We come together as a team and then we work. I've said it before in one of our videos, I don't like the fact that a man is coming to come and tell me, bring 70 or bring 30. No, don't do that. Let's come together and do it as a teamwork, because in actual sense, these men, they still actually spend more. So why was the old drama and 50-50, not doing 50? If you're actually going into your relationship or your marriage in love, then you would actually not be 50-50. What's all that? My husband's money is his money. No, we don't do that. That's my family. I also feel like a lot of things that happens is because the man will have expectation, the woman will have expectation, and so when they don't meet it, then it becomes a problem. Don't go with any I mean, it's good to have expectations, but not in some areas. Do what you have to do. Speak in love. Oh, this is what works for our own marriage. It might not work for you, but in my own family, we work as a team. I want to support my husband. I don't want to be a liability to him. He's working. He's really working. I am working. So why do I want to spend all my money for myself? And then it's going to weigh down on him. It's going to tell on him, literally. So what we do is teamwork. Oh, and he knows I don't like the 70-50. I don't. Oh, you bring this. Drop it. I tell people that I send my salary to my husband, not because he has asked me. I can stop it tomorrow if I want to or whatnot, but it's just because I'm very bad with finance, and he's the better finance person. So send it to him, and then he sends back to me. Sometimes it doesn't take anything. Sometimes it takes. I'm like, oh, this is the situation, and I've taken some money out, and this is the rest. Simple. It makes life easy. He just knows. He just has it at the back of his mind that, oh, I have a support system, literally, not somebody that is going to be a liability to me. Yes, it's okay to accept it as now. Maybe when you now have billions, like in pounds, in dollars, you're now that maybe that way we don't have to. It's still a teamwork, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe not in money aspect. Maybe in
other aspects. Maybe not necessarily.
I just use my money to fly out, to buy investments, stocks, and and things like that. But till when we get there, we will come as a team. When it comes to money matter, like we don't do. And then let's talk about. That's money also in the gender roles in the house.
Household chores. So what I wanted to say is, now roles in itself are not bad, because sometimes it brings a bit of structure, and clarity and all of that. But I think where there's a problem is when there's no flexibility. Yes. So even as a man, you've got to be flexible. To be honest, in our house, my wife does most of the cooking. Because obviously she's better at it than me, but it doesn't now mean that I cannot go into the kitchen and cook. Obviously, if sometimes she's busy with work and all of that, I will fry pepper, I will cook rice and all of that. So it's not really about us just being fixated that you must do this. Sometimes it's also about who is available. Yes, absolutely. It's also about who is the best at what. So for example, she spoke about finance. I'm good at finance when it compared to her. I'm good with budgeting and all of that. Okay, so it just makes sense that I take up that responsibility and all of that in the house. And so it's just that flexibility that is important. You hear some men would say things like, they can never enter inside the kitchen, like they can never wash plates. Like in this 21st century, are we okay? Are we still doing that? You cannot go and take your child from school. You cannot change his pampers. Yeah, things have changed.
I just think that some people see gender role as control. Like, this is my time to be. Men they have ego. Yeah. You still also have to balance that as a woman. Maybe that's another topic, but still say as a man, you should not see that as a control. Even as a woman, because a woman will not say, my husband, then I would, he will do this and do this and do this. So it should not be a control. It should be done out of love, not out of fear. Yeah. Literally, it should be like, I want to do this because I care about this person. Like, my wife has gone to work. She has done 12-hour shift and she's tired.
To me, that whole matter can even be annoying. How do you expect that? Okay, your wife has gone to work all morning. She comes back like 10 p.m. at night. Then you now still expect her to not enter the kitchen and not start cooking while you are playing game or you are watching football. It makes absolutely no sense. No sense at all. So we've got to, we're a team. And not just in finance, in everything, in house chores, we're a team. You know, sometimes weekend, you know, she wants to do a lot of cooking. As she's cooking, me, I'm sweeping.
You're washing.
I'm washing the plates. I'm cleaning the house. You know, so I think the crux of the matter is just in terms of that flexibility. We just got to be flexible.
Don't be rigid.
Yeah, don't just be rigid and say, oh, he must do this and he must do it. She must do this and
I cannot enter kitchen. What do you mean? Enter kitchen with confidence.
Sometimes things can even change. You know, there are families where when they got married, the man was earning more than the woman. Something happens. The man loses his job. Now he's maybe he's in the process of trying to get another job, so he's more available. He's more at home. The wife is more at work. It just makes sense that roles should switch. Do you get? You know, so there should be that flexibility.
But you also know that women, I understand, like some men are really traditional and say that, oh, if I do this for my woman, then they start to feel like, oh, this and that. No, it happens.
Well, it happens.
That's why it should come into marriage. Like, you see it as partnership, as teamwork. Don't see it as control, because it can go both ends.
It can go both ways.
Control from the woman, control from them. No, it should not be. It should be out of love. When you do something out of love, like, you will just see that you do it like with joy, like no push, no extra conditions, nothing. Like, you just do it and life is good.
I also think that, you know, couples should have conversations a lot. I mean, for us in our family, like, we talk a lot. Me and my wife, we talk about everything, like everything. You know, I feel like conversations, you know, solve maybe 60-70% of the problem.
Yes, it does.
You know, so sometimes you got to sit down and have conversations and speak about, okay, so if your wife is doing something that you probably don't like, you think, oh, you need adjustment, you know, you have conversation, not by shouting or anything, in love. You sit down together, you talk about these things. Okay, how can we do this better? You know, I think that, okay, if we do this, these things can be better and all of that, you know. So I think that can also help. For me, I'm not the typical African. No. I will sweep the floor, I will cook, I will wash plates, I'll do everything, whatever it is, for us to live in peace and harmony, you know, for us to live together as a team.
I also think that, you know, you don't have a problem with it. And, you know, for some women, they don't have a problem with doing all of these tasks, washing plates, this and that, and they just want their man to focus on doing what. That's okay. That's why we have said that whatever works.
Yes, whatever works for you. There's no one size fits all.
Create whatever works.
Understand
for
what
your
works
family.
for you.
Like,
yes,
you can some people are just, and that's okay, but this is us.
Yeah, this is what works for us.
This is what works for us, and I'm just like, we are just here to say that we're just helping some people that feel like, oh, this is like, it must be.
Yeah, it must be like this and no other way. Nah.
Sit down, have conversation, create what works for your marriage, for your relationship, or whatnot, and then work towards it, build around it, and, you know, it'll be good. It will be good to help your wife in the house, and I mean, it will be nice. And if your wife, if she says, just be sure that it's not like control or there's power play that is like, oh no, I will do it, like maybe she has fear. Make sure that it's conversation that both of you are in good mood. Maybe after you have, you know, done whatever in the other room, and like you people are happy, it's like, it's not a case of like, oh, I'm worried, I'm scared, how is going to feel. No, just be sure that she actually doesn't mind doing all of these tasks, and you too, you don't mind. But I mean, what makes life easy is both of you working together. You know, it's fun. I'm cooking, you're washing plate, we're gisting, we're chatting. Like, you just create bond.
I mean, for me, it's even bonding time. You know,
nice.
It's really lovely.
It's nice. You're working, I'm working. Nobody's anybody's liability. We are in 2026, for goodness sake. Like, no, work. You need to work, because when you work, even the man respects you more. I mean, like, oh, my wife, I can actually, can your husband call you for urgent 1 million naira?
Shit.
I mean, can they? Oh, babe, please. If not, like, it can even be 200, 500, it doesn't matter, but can they, let them be able to, my wife is I've said what I've said. I mean, well.
Anyways, so just do what works for you.
Yeah.
One thing that I always say, so that when it comes to marriage and relationship, there are principles that are universal. Principles about love, leadership, respect, submission, and all of those things. Those principles are universal. But in terms of, applicability in different homes, the way it's applicable in different homes might differ. What works for marriage A might not necessarily work for marriage B. So you cannot go and copy marriage A's strategy and put it inside your marriage just like that. It might just not work.
Yeah.
So understand each other, have conversations, and then build your house, build your relationship around what works, and everybody should just live happily ever after.
Yeah, we hope with these few points of hers, you've learned one or two things. That marriage is all about teamwork and not power play. Yeah. So thank you. Drop your comments, what you think, and your likes and your share, and we'll see you.
We'll see you again.
God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.